Let's unmute that mic first. Y'all excuse my mess and me being a mess. I'm actually got a little proof there. I've been painting today, getting the shop ready or the academy ready and the lab ready. So it's going to be Innate Lab and Innate Academy. It's going to be a really cool thing. But in the meantime, your girl is just working. So Cory, there we go. Hey Cory, let me add you to the stream, love. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I'm adding the right one. Can you hear me, love? Uh-oh. I think Cory, you have to turn off the sound or whatever you're listening to, because you're probably listening to the sound on two different devices. If I do that, hold on, Cory, I think that works. Okay, so I have the sound on, or maybe it doesn't because I don't have it on the stream. Hold on. Okay. How's that sound, loves? Okay, I don't hear any echo. That's good. Can you hear me now, Cory?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. All right. So we get you from two angles today because you're going to be showing us a little bit on the computer and a live demonstration of applying the template to a shirt and the chip bags, right?
Correct.
All right. So, for those who don't know, I would like to formally introduce you to Cory, who is one of the NA creatives, number one, but she's also a coach. And Cory has been one of the OGs, like the A1 day one NA Academy members from the very first one-on-one course. So she knows my teaching style, she knows my tricks, she knows my templates forwards and backwards. So I would love for you all to have some other resources whenever you feel like you need one-on-ones and need people to walk you through the templates. My goal is to go ahead and have people who I know have the capabilities to help you out either with designing your PNGs. She can design PNGs, help you with, like, if you want one-on-one help with your Photoshop file, there's coaching available through a Zoom session. Cory, you also will do print and press for people, right? If they need things done as far as fulfillment, order fulfillment.
Correct.
Is that correct? Like, so let's say you didn't want to do all those chip bags and you know Cory has it down. You can ask her for a quote for those services in order to just help you with fulfillment. So, Cory, where are you located?
I'm in Louisiana.
Louisiana. We got to come see her and set up a workshop there. We're gonna find an excuse to come out that way. Okay. All right. So I think we got everyone here now. We're actually starting like on a good time. Y'all, Cory had me early. So you're definitely a good influence. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to kind of get quiet a little bit. That's hard for me to do, but I'm going to be over here in the corner and then let me know. Are you ready to share your screen, love?
I'm ready.
All right. So I'm going to add that screen to the stream. And then I don't want you to worry about the comments. I'll read the comments to you as they come in, and you just focus on doing what you're doing.
Okay, as we get started, this is the shirt that my client, she contacted me, asked me to make her birthday shirt for this Friday. I'm like, okay, cool. Bam, she's a Virgo. The colors was already in. She gave me the color she wanted, so everything popped right in. I had to do just minor adjustments actually. So what I did was she was a Virgo, so I went in and edited all this stuff. So now to the good part. She wanted a shirt as well, so I done it in two versions. I done it in an all over version, and I also went to the art folder and I made her a 13 by 19 version. So, in case you want to have some for her friends or give her an option to choose from. So I showed her both options. And so, along with the chip bags, so what I did was after I created my thing, I turned off my t-shirt template, turned it off, and I selected all of my layers from the top, hold down shift, and selected all of my layers, and I grouped them together which and put them, and I named my file art folder. So I grab my artboard. Grab your art. Come over to your chip bag. And you can find this class in 144 in the academy. It's such a big file, so it's rendering. So while that's rendering, I can tell you some of the things that you may need. You need your paper, brochure paper, premium brochure and flyer paper. This is the brand that I use. It's come glossy, so you don't have to worry about wrong. Both sides is glossy, so you don't have to worry about you putting it in your printer wrong. You need 1 ounce chip bag, your crimp to get the little ridges like this at the edge of the chip. So this is what I use. And I got this from Amazon. I want to say maybe $14. You need a pair of scissors. And you need a hot glue gun. Or you can use double-sided tape if you want. Paper cutter is optional. I don't like to cut paper, so I use paper cutter. I'm lazy. So those are the materials that you will need to apply this thing. I don't use double-sided tape. It could be it's sticky on both sides, so while you're trying to do it, it can still stick to you and come loose. So I just use my hot glue gun. And you also need glue sticks. So while that's loading, and I'll tell you how long that may take. So I can do the assembly for you. So what I do is you start print out. So what you do is you take your bag and lay it over. You got your barcode side is here, and your nutrition facts going up there, so you know your fingers up straight. Then you take it and you fold it over to see where it's gonna meet up at, and kind of crease it. And line it up. Make sure it's lined up straight. Now, if you're gonna crimp it, make sure you crimp it before you add the glue in there. And this is the crimper, so I just take that, slide it in there. Cut it 1 or 2 times. You take the other side, flip it over, put that in there. Let's see. Which ain't gonna go. So you got the little lines in the bag, like the chips will have. Move that out of the way. Siri want to talk to me in my ear. I ain't got time for that today. So you take the chip bag. You put that in there. Hot glue gun. I got my hot glue gun from Hobby Lobby. I think it was like $30. It's cordless, and that's what I like about it. I'm lazy. I'm just joking. You just run your glue down in the inside. You take that and switch it in there. And you take that, make sure it's up straight. Take your glue gun and run it up your seam. No, you could take your tape or your glue gun and run it up your seam. This glue gun is super, super hot. And I hold it, make sure it cools and your glue dries. And turn the ones back. The chip bag that I'm using is a 1 ounce bag that fits inside your 11.5, 11.8.5 by paper. You take that, do that, then you take the glue. Oh, see what I'm doing. I'm taking it and I'm gluing the bottom of it up. You just take it and run your center and spruce it up. There. Up.
That looks really good, Cory.
Thank you.
Joe said the crimping again. I don't know if it's the angle, but that looks so realistic.
Right.
Okay, as far as like a product in realistic packaging.
Yeah, you stick your grip inside it. It depends on how hard you want your crimp to stand out. You could do it like 1, 2, or 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll give it a more defined look.
So the more you twist it, the further down the crimps go.
Yeah.
That looks really good. And I think I like it with the contrast trim rather than just letting the image kind of fade off. I like the contrast trim. It looks cool. And I see you did the gradient on the
Yeah.
trim.
Yes. Yeah. The color
Awesome.
she sent me was like the rainbow colors. I'm like, oh my god, I got the perfect template for her. I ain't got to do too much changing of the colors. It's
Right.
there, so the smart objects work comes in handy.
That is awesome. Let's see, we got a couple of questions here. How much do you charge? It's from Nita. How much do you charge for your chip bags? Or do you have like a package? How do you price your work?
Well, with the chip bag with her, I told her I can do a dozen for $35.
Okay. And so that if you calculate like the price of the paper, paper and ink is pretty much what you're in your time is what you're spending there, and of course the artwork. So, so the paper comes in what, a 100 pack?
They get with this one here is how many? Yeah, this is 100 sheets.
Okay.
Yep, this is 100 sheets, and I think this was I want to say about $21.
Okay.
Yep, and so out of 12 of these sheets, out of 100 sheets, you only getting 12 for 35. So I
Yeah.
didn't practically bought my paper twice.
Right. And as a matter of fact, I think that also lets you be able to, if you needed to do brochures or anything like that, you have that paper in on hand to use your graphic design for other projects. And that's what I really like about your project is because it's showing people it's even surpassing sublimation in general, how to use these templates in ways that can still, help you keep making money on the same templates. Um, and let's see, Cory. Let's see. Oh, with that price, I'm going to ask, do you provide the chips?
Uh, in some cases, the first time I did them, she provided her own chips.
Right. Because then, people want certain flavors and that sort of thing. Um, we have another question. How long does the hot glue gun stay hot?
With my hot glue gun, it stays out a good little while, but um, as I'm not using it, I'll normally put it back on this thing and it keeps it hot. It has its own little stand. Let me grab it.
Okay. And then that's what you rest it on when you're not using it?
Yeah, this comes with a cord that plugs it here.
Ah.
Just rested on that, and so they got this little thing here. So
Oh, it catches the glue.
it,
Okay.
so it normally stays hot longest. It stays hot a good little while. Yeah. And I got this from Hobby Lobby about a few years ago. I think it was like $30.
Right. And then Teresa asked, do you sell them by the dozen just by themselves, or do you package the deal with the shirt? Do you often find that if you can upgrade someone to a different product, you can use the same image and get them on some other products?
Exactly. Like I mean, even with the chips, I can take the same thing and do the Kit Kat bars, the water bottles. So you can always upgrade the sale. Like when I showed her the template
Hmm.
and I put the tumbler on the mock up, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't know you do cups. How much is the cup?"
Right, right. And as a matter of fact, I think I have your mock up right here. Let me show them. And I think your screen, your artwork pulled in. So I'll let you show that in just a second. Let me share your artwork. And y'all let me know if y'all can see this because I just have one screen right now. But this is the mock up here. So you showed them the 13 by 19 shirt, the all over shirt, the chip bag, and a tumbler.
Yeah.
That's cool. And oftentimes, do you find that when you show them a different product, that they are more than willing to, at least ask how much that other product is?
Right. I mean, if you show them to them, they're gonna be like, "Wow, I need this." The more you show them, the more they're gonna want it.
Right.
Yeah. If you have something to stick in their face and like, "Hey, look at this," they're gonna want it. Like, "Okay, I'm gonna need this for my thing. This goes with my shirt. This goes with my chips," and
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna want it.
That's good stuff. All right. So let's see. Oh, what type of printer do you use for doing your pigment prints?
I have a brother's 700, I think it is. I have a brother's, and my God, I tell y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you.
What
That printer cost me $400.
was it worth it? Hold on, we might get a story with this one.
The ink in it, the ink. I Each ink has its own. I can show you the ink cartridge that it has, and oh my God, they are expensive.
Mm.
This is the ink cartridge that it comes with,
Oh yeah.
and they are expensive.
So is that a laser printer? Is that toner?
It's an inkjet laser and toner, yes.
So that yeah, that would explain that too. But you
Yeah,
probably get pretty fast prints compared to some of the inkjet printers that are out there with the smaller cartridges.
correct. Yeah,
And I will see this laser printers kind of add its own extra layer of glossiness
right.
versus the inkjet printers. So that might be an additional benefit too to printing your high quality stuff with a laser printer. That usually is a bonus.
Yeah, it does its job, and I've had that printer. I want to say maybe 2 years now, and I think I've changed the ink in it only once.
Hmm. Yeah. So that would definitely be
So it's worth
a
it.
laser printer. Yeah, that and it is worth it, especially when you're doing these back to back jobs. You don't want to have to keep checking on the printer every second and third print, making sure it didn't stop midway and run out of ink or anything like that. So that's a good type of printer to have for your business as well.
Right.
Yeah, and toner the toner is always going to be more expensive because it also lasts longer. So it's kind of like a give and a take. That's why I think the eco tank printers are sort of taken off in the market, even if you just have an 8.5 by 11 eco tank, because it's supposed to rival the laser printers as far as being efficient and fast, but it's supposed to be less expensive on the ink side of things. And who knows, maybe eventually we'll get into doing pigment ink as well. I just wanted to stay focused on sublimation and make sure that that we really get that right. And then if we do offer pigment ink, then y'all will be the first to know. All right, let's see. Oh, Cory, I think your computer screen is showing now with the artwork. Did you want to show them how you did that?
Yeah, sure.
And you don't have to go through the whole thing because I know we already did this like yesterday. We also did it in class yesterday for the 144 class. But just in general, you just showed how you just pulled the straight up shirt design right into the chip bag template, and you're able to modify that to work with the chip bag.
Okay. Slide to the left. Okay. So when the template comes in, I'm gonna click on my art folder, hit Control T, and hit Control minus to bring my artboard down so I can see my transformation. Okay, when they ask you want it to transform, you tell it yes. Go minus to that going on.
Yeah, that's going from an all over size print, which is huge, down to a chip bag. So as you can imagine, you have to do a little resizing there. But this looks really good.
Yeah. Enter. I no one is
And I know it's going to take a little while, especially with this doing live through your internet connection while while you're actively working on Photoshop. So I don't expect things to go smoothly. I have one of my little fancy gaming laptops, and I still deal with lag and trying to do the lives with the Photoshop going. So I understand.
gotcha.
So yeah, so it was as simple as dragging and dropping the template. That what class was this one? The Zodiac one.
The Zodiac was class 128.
Okay, 128. So you took 128 and pulled it into the 144 template. And you don't have to do a class. You can have a template, and it, basically, as long as it's one of the Innate Lab templates, it could be a 13 by 19 or the all over, which is a 36 by 44. And either way, you can pull it in. And of course, you're going to have a really large file that you're pulling into um, a smaller artboard, but you can modify those things once you get it pulled in, and push things over to the side or stack them differently so that the orientation meets exactly what you need. So I'm sure, like when you did the tumbler, you probably have to modify the layout for the tumbler too, right?
Yeah, they pretty much about to say. I think the tumbler is 9.23 by 6. I want to say, but I do have a thing that I'm just bringing the template in the tumbler and
And the same thing.
same process.
Sounds good. And let's see. You get some great feedback here too. Everybody saying it looks good, and T-shirt shop said battery's dying, gotta go, but great live though. Yes. And let's see, yeah, and E saying great job, Corey. Ooh, E's telling you great job. Y'all ain't fighting. Yeah, y'all not doing the sibling rivalry today. Y'all actually, ooh, look at that support. I love
All right,
it.
my little big sister E.
She ain't trying to get you in trouble. I love it. All right. So finding her way, that's Helena says the blue press, that blue press though. What size is it?
This is a
Yeah, that's
six.
a pretty little thing.
This is by Pro World.
Okay.
I got this from a guy in Swap Shop for like $600.
Oh wow. Let me ask you this, Corey. When you hold your heat press down, does the actual heated part, the heat platen, does it stick out farther than that metal casing that's around the heat plate? Does it kind
Uh,
of, or is it like right flush up against it?
it's kind of flushed up a little against it. The outer plate sticks out a little bit further.
Okay, so I have a heat press like that, and then I have one where the heat plate kind of comes down a little further than the metal. And what I'm starting to notice is that the heat presses where the heat plate comes down a little bit further than the casing,
Yeah,
you don't have that issue where where if you have too much pressure, you get that line in your print. You know what I'm talking about when you do the multi press for the all over shirt.
I don't
Um,
have that too much often.
Well, that yeah, and that's good, and it's also because you probably are aware of your pressure settings, your temperature, and your time settings. So I always try to tell people you may get that line, but it's so many factors. It's the type of press you have, whether it heats evenly, whether you have to use a whole lot of pressure, and now one of those factors is how far that heat plate sticks out from the casing, and that's been something that helps people too. So your shirt that you have on right now, you press that one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I see you. And that's True Colors Ink too, huh?
Man, nothing but the truth in this house.
Now, did you do that tiled with the 13 by 19, or did you do that with the all over prints?
Did that with the roll media.
Okay, so you
Uh,
so you
so
you still tiled it, but you did the 13-inch roll media.
yes.
That looks. I don't see your seams at all. You did a wonderful job.
What I do when I do my shirts, I start my press in the middle. If
Mm.
so, if they do see them, they won't be so boldish.
I know exactly what you're saying. So the overlapping and all of that isn't like right in the middle of somebody's face. Yeah, that's the excellent idea. And I see you doing a lot of all overs and stuff. So I'm rooting for you to get your printer next and your large format press after that, and then we won't be able to tell you nothing.
I, that's all I mainly get requests for is all over shirts.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, geez, I put this out too early. I don't have the product for it, but hopefully my press will be here Friday. Hopefully. I'm gonna have to choke out my eye, but okay, yeah. Printer's on the way.
That's good. So press is on the way. And when it gets here, it'll get here. And I know sometimes we get a little impatient with this stuff, but you know what? I've had stuff that I've rushed shipped to me before, and then it'll be sitting in the box for like a month before I actually open it up and get to it. So either way it goes, you know that you have the demand for your product, and as soon as you get that press, I know you're going to put it to work. And then the next step is the printer. Just to let you know too, I have Damon is certified to sell the printers, and he informed me today that he is putting together a package with the True Colors Pro ink. So we're gonna partner on that because he can get the printers. And you know how hard it is to get those printers. And this is the 36-inch one because the 44-inch one is really hard to find right now. But he was able to locate four of the Epson 5270s. I have one. I'm looking at one in a box. Like I said, I'll be rushing to get stuff, and then I look at it in the box. If you're interested in that, Cory, let me know, and I'll put a good word in for you so that you can get one of those four. Or if you're still working, and I tell y'all this, work y'all 13-inch printers, work your 8.5-inch printers until it purchases the next printer. I'm telling y'all, it's worth it to work your way up to that because, Cory, you have demand to support a purchase, right? You want that before you just go out and say, oh, I just want to buy this equipment. I want to be able to do this. And I'm not saying people haven't been successful doing that, but for the most part, if you can create the demand with the mock-ups like Cory did, the mock-ups for the tumblers, the shirts, chip bags, pillows, whatever it is that you can upsell somebody on. And from there, you get to see what your clients are willing to pay for, and invest in that equipment that supports what they're willing to purchase.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Like my all over shirts, just the front only, I sell them for $50.
There you go. And
And
it and then that's going to help you get your press sooner too, right? That's going to help you get your printer sooner too, right? So
right,
we sometimes we look at stuff and we want to undercut just because we feel like, oh well, I'm just starting out, or I don't know if people are going to buy this. Like, set your price like you want to buy the equipment that you deserve, because otherwise we're slaving to get a piece of equipment, and then when we get that equipment we're going to need to charge more to pay it off, right? Or
you know,
at least to get our money back out of it. So we might as well start where we want to be. And if there was any advice that I could offer, it was, don't sell yourself short, especially with your designs that you're putting out there. And Cory, you've been doing great work with your designs. Even if it is a template, it's like people don't know it's a template; they just know you do great work, and that's the idea that we want you all
right,
to be able to show off.
exactly.
And Nikki asked, "What's your press size?"
This press size here is this is a 16 by 20.
Okay, awesome. And what's the biggest shirt that you've pressed with the all over split template?
5X.
Okay, so 5X on the 16 by 20. Awesome. Yeah, I go to up to 5X. I just don't tell them unless they ask for it. 'Cause
Yeah, I don't tell me my brother-in-law wears about a 5X, so that's how
oh,
they get.
so yeah, you are already rallied in on that one.
Right.
Yes, y'all smash that like button. Let me put Vicky's comment up there. Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Vicky. But yeah, definitely charge. I mean, know your worth, and tell them I don't charge by your budget. I charge by my experience.
Woo. Okay, that's a lesson. That's a word right there. So charge by your experience, not by someone else's budget. I love it. And don't be afraid. I know when I was, and I can't even say when I was starting off because this has been throughout my entire process. I've always been afraid to discuss cost and prices with people, right? Because as a creative, you just want your work out there and you don't want to haggle with people about what it's worth. So you end up sometimes like talking down your value when you talk it straight out. But if you have that price list ready to go, you have your website to where when they go to it, it tells people how much it costs rather than them asking you, well, what about this? And what about this? If you have that already worked out, then you can kind of get to stand behind the scenes. And it just, even if you don't have a business partner, just say you have a business partner, right? And you can say, hey, I have a business partner, we agreed to these prices, and that's not something that I can single-handedly change, or that messes up our books. So if you have to make something up like that, and your business partner could be yourself, it's you and your LLC, so your LLC told you not to cut your prices down. That's your partnership. And sometimes that's what you have to do to get out of your own head and get people from thinking that, okay, well, this is the one to talk to get the discounts.
Exactly. Yes.
Absolutely. So I'm super proud of everything that you've been able to show off, like from the very beginning. Like you have been, I think every single class, Cory, like
Every
it,
single place.
every single class. Like now that I can remember, I think that it's a handful of us who have been at every single class. I don't remember you missing that one.
The
So
only class I missed was the obituary class, and that's because we had power outages and stuff.
oh yeah, and that was a hurricane or something that was coming through there, right?
Right.
So it took a hurricane to get you to miss class. I ain't mad at you. So you have definitely earned my respect and approval. And if it's something that you don't know, you don't act like you know it. You will ask for help. You have no problem working through your problems on your own. And then if I can't get it, then I'm asking. And so, Cory, I will tell you in front of everybody that I have seen your growth, and I am amazed at what you're able to do, and keep doing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There's
Eric is
some
over here
people
telling
that
on you, talking about, yes, Cory missed a couple classes. Okay, so here it is. I knew it was gonna come out of some.
when her next class is.
Oh yes, Erica's going to be doing a class and a demonstration with doing the bling plus the sublimation. So we are looking forward to that, and I'm sure Cory will be there with full support.
She gonna get me for that.
And yes, E, we see the true colors on your shirt. That blue is definitely blue. It's not blurple. It's true blue, baby.
I love it. This is my niece. She graduated what this year? Yeah. And I try to get out of doing these shirts, and I had to do 21 of these shirts.
Those, yeah, those look really good though. You outdid yourself on that.
I had to do 21 of these.
Yeah, and what's is that the largest amount of shirts that you've done where you've done the Talon and multi press technique?
No, the largest amount that I've done was 45 shirts.
Woo!
I
But
know.
you a bad one because that's a lot. I think LaQuisha said she did 72 at some point, and I'm like, bless your souls, because that right there, that back. It's not even the pressing for me. It's that, being leaned over the table and lining everything up and stuff. But once you get it, I think that's just what people need to hear. Once you
Yeah.
understand the process, you get it and it goes quicker. You're not intimidated by it. You know how much time it takes to get it done, all of that.
Yes, what I did was I printed out everything I needed to print, tiled it all one day, then print. I done it all in sections. I didn't do it all in one day.
Right. Right. And that comes with experience too. Like you said, people are paying for your experience because it takes that to even know that you can complete a task like that. So absolutely. Hats off to you.
It
Let's
took
see.
time.
Yeah, oh, LaQuisha's here. Yeah, she said 70 and ooh, it was crazy. Yeah, but I want y'all to know that shows that you can support this type of business. If you had somebody come to you with an order of 20, 50, 70 all over shirts, then hey, it's about that time that I take this all over path seriously. And we're there to help you, throughout the process. It might be, right now you're just using the split template. Then, if you get a big job, you may actually want, large prints done. But I'll tell you this, is sometimes it's hard to get the large prints done because, you have your last minute clients and they pushing you to the limit. And you just have to do what you have to do. So more of us will be on the network for this, to be able to print for one another and help one another out. And I'm hoping that this kind of gives us this network that makes us all creatives, and we can borrow each other's resources when needed. So if someone needs large format prints and my printer's down, then I have someone to send them to, and vice versa. So we are definitely working on that. And it's starting with the coaches, y'all. It's starting with the business partners and the coaches. They're able to print. They're able to help you with the, creating custom PNGs if you're not quite comfortable creating the PNGs yet. And they're also able to help you out with actually going through the Photoshop process as a coach, a one-on-one. Let's see. Cicely says, where are you located, Cory? I saw someone with that shirt on. Ooh, you famous. You famous, Cory.
Louisiana.
So yeah, she's in Louisiana. You seen that? You probably seen that shirt floating around. You know it's a small world.
I actually
What are you doing now? You getting ready to press a shirt?
yeah.
Okay.
My handy dandy thing. The lady I done her shirt like this, but she's in Houston, and I done hers in orange and white.
Okay. So you might have even seen this in Houston.
Yeah, I have a large clientele out of Louisiana.
Yeah, she said she's in Biloxi. So she probably has seen your work.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
I be there too. Biloxi, Atlanta, have some in Florida. I have them.
Mm-hmm.
Just share your work and it will get out.
Now, Cory, let me ask you this. When I used to pressure y'all, and darn near force y'all to post homework of what you did in class, right? And I used to have y'all share your work and your mock-ups, and y'all used to be, well, I'm shy, and I was like, just post it. And if you post it on your social media, if you post it on your Facebook page, if you just share it with a family member, somebody's gonna ask you for that shirt. Is that true or not true?
That is true.
So every single class, I noticed that you will do your homework. You will post what you did in class. So do you also post that on your social media and your business sites and that sort of thing?
Yes, I do that now. I do post a lot now. I do. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. I can't do two things
It's
at once.
okay. Let's see what you have because it probably look good.
I think I might need to recalibrate my printer. Not giving me my red color.
Oh, you know what? I was gonna say you look like you are missing magenta.
Yes, that's what
So
we do.
all you probably have to do is a nozzle check, make sure magenta's clear, and then just do a nozzle clean.
Okay.
A print head clean is what it's
Okay.
called.
Ooh, I will
Miss
do that.
Cicely's bragging on your work. She says, yep, that's what she said. She got it from Houston. And she said that shirt made her want to do this class and another friend. So look at that. Your work inspired somebody already. Would you look at that? And she said that shirt in person is amazing.
Wow, thank
Look,
you.
look. I told you we was gonna take over the world.
To go, true colors.
Yes, and we didn't even know. We didn't even know. So that it's a
Yeah.
small world.
Take your time and put out your work. Here is I'm the only one in this area that do the all over shirts. It's a few people
Hmm.
and quiet as kept. Me and E, we back at we're messaging like, girl, look at this shirt. Shannon would never do nothing like this. Not gonna say no names, but that's what we do. But honestly though, put out your work and if your business will pick up. I am known here that I do the best work, but I'm the highest.
And you know what? I was just having a conversation with somebody today. As a matter of fact, I had this conversation twice within 24 hours. And you know how when something hits you more than one time, you might call it deja vu. I call it confirmation because
Yeah.
it's something aligning right there, and that message needs to stick. And I said, there's a few things you can be in business. You can be the fastest, you can be the cheapest, you can be the best quality, highest quality. And then one of the other things now we look at, is being environmentally friendly, like what's your impact on the environment, right? You can't be all of those things. And one of those things has to give. And the one that I'm willing to let go and to give up is the cheapest. So I'm going to be higher quality. I'm going to have, good turnaround time, high, basically be able to impress people with the product and how fast they can get it. And then they don't have to question your price because they already know the value that you're providing. So, and some of us may need to do the price thing because you feel like the market is so saturated. You want to put yourself out there, you want to gain clientele.
Yeah.
So as an initial strategy, you may want to, take prices down just to gain some customers, but I don't even recommend doing that. I recommend you set yourself apart from the very beginning because then I had to backtrack and I had to start, some of my customers got a little funky because they was like, oh, well, you used to do $20 shirts. I was like, I won't touch a shirt for $20 anymore. It's not happening. So if you set that precedence now, look at the level of design that you're doing.
Yeah.
That alone speaks volume. The quality of the work that you do speaks volumes. And the fact that you're very strategic, you get people stuff done in a timely manner. You don't
Yeah.
disappoint people. Even if you had to stay up to 4 o'clock in the morning, I know you're not going to disappoint anybody. What's that, love?
One of the girls shared my things, and I'm like, when you posted the chip thing, I shared it, and the girl, one of my customers shared it, like, and her thing was very responsive and professional.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So you let those things, and what I want y'all to do too is start putting yourself on a Google listing and asking your customers, hey, if you had a 5-star experience, do you mind rating me on my Google rating? And as soon as those ratings start going up, even as a home based business, you will start to get customers because people will see that 5-star rating and it means something. And you're
Yeah.
normally not going to get a 5-star rating doing the cheapest shirts in town. I guarantee you that. I mean, even if you did a great job, you're going to wear yourself down so much that you're going to be late on somebody's project or overbooking. When you charge the right price, you almost don't have to worry about overbooking because you basically are setting the tone for the amount of work that you want to do.
And it's crazy because I overbooked. I do. Everybody like, hey, could you do this? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm the type, I like to work under pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can have a load of stuff to do, and I wait till the last minute to do it, and it will be out on time and it'll be right. Yes.
And that's what's important. Nikki shadows you here. She says that I feel like the academy has made me the best in my town too.
Yes.
Honestly, I didn't know that's what I was setting out to do until it started happening like that. In my small town, I just aimed to like really put out great graphics, and the reason why is because people would tell me, "Oh, we don't do white shirts. Like you don't do black shirts. You don't have." And I'm like, "Oh no, I want to do sublimation." I couldn't stand putting transfers on shirts.
And that's,
Yeah, and
I
and
mean,
so in order to convince people to get into white shirts, I was like, my design's got to be so dope that they won't question that it's on a white shirt. And that's where things started. And once we got that going, and I started getting into the actual Facebook community, initially I started showing people how I design files. Then I was like, well, wait a minute, in the design community, it's like taboo to sell your Photoshop file. Like if you even ask somebody for their Photoshop file, that's like asking somebody their social security number. Like as an artist, we just don't do that. But what happened was I started to see that people were really eager to learn. They wanted to look really professional, but at the same time, they needed to learn the program. So I'm not going to teach you from scratch. I'll teach you from templates so you can hit the ground running with pro level designs. Like I don't want you to, feel like, okay, well, yeah, I'm taking this class. I learned how to change an apple from red to green, but how does that help me make a shirt? So the things that you all are learning, y'all are really learning true Photoshop concepts, but at the same time, you're able to, at the end of class, market that as a product. So you're getting this win-win scenario. And Cory, I don't know if you noticed this, but you have like you're able to go into any template even without watching the video and edit those templates, change colors, modify things. And you even ask questions now, like even if we're not doing it in class, like yesterday, you were like, well, how do I change the chip bag borders to gradients? And I was like, Cory, that ain't a part of the class today. But I know the way your mind works now. You know what I'm saying? You know how you see how you want artwork done now, and you're able to execute.
right.
So that's what I'm telling you. I've noticed all of these things. So when
And
I put these folks in front of y'all, I really want y'all to know that I've seen them work through almost everything that I have done and be able to put out the same level of content and work that I can do for you as well. Cory, do you run your business full time? Is a question for you.
do I, wait a minute, say it again?
Do
Do I,
you work full time or do you work part time or is your business where you're
everything I do from home.
and
I,
is this your full-time gig or do you also work another job or anything?
actually, I'm a licensed cosmetologist, so I do have
Oh,
I take care of my mom and my brother, so everything I do, it got to involve for me around my home.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And honestly, I think that this whole COVID wake up taught a lot of us that um, to value what you can do from home, what you can do with your family as an asset, and not necessarily something that is a burden. Like if I could stay at home and not have to pay someone to take care of my family, and I know that they're being well taken care of. Or if some folks have to homeschool their children and that sort of thing, so you would not be able to do that had you not been running your business, in a position where you're in control of your schedule and what you do throughout the day. So that's really good. That's amazing there.
Yeah. I get up in the morning and say I don't feel like doing nothing. The bed I would stay.
Yeah, and that too. Because sometimes you know what we do. we could work somebody else's job and those little 40 hours feel like it's a lifetime. We work for ourselves. We push ourselves. We
Yeah.
work 80 hours a week for ourselves. No questions asked. We don't even calculate the hours. So when
Yeah.
we do need a break, it's our body telling us, and our mind and our soul telling us we need, we need that break. Either that or God will sit us down and make us sick. Like what happened to me last week. I was like, yeah, this usually happens when I push myself too hard. Like I'm gonna get sick and then I'm gonna have to sit down somewhere. So don't be like me. Don't push yourself to that limit. Take your breaks. You deserve it. Let's see. Latrice says, you changed my Photoshop life, Shannon. I used to be so intimidated by Photoshop, but that has changed since joining Innate Lab. Thank you, Latrice. That means a lot. And Latrice, I've seen your work really grow as well. And I'm so proud when I see y'all's work and I don't even know. Like when I look at it, I'm like, is that one of my templates or not? That's how great you all are at doing what you do now. And I like it didn't take you long to get there either. It's not like it took you a whole year. Like literally within like a couple of classes, y'all get y'all's confidence up and it's over. Like it's a wrap. So yeah, I'm definitely impressed with everything y'all have been doing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cicely. I appreciate that. Says that my teaching style is awesome and detailed. And I want y'all to know too that all of the coaches, they know my teaching style. They learn just as much as they learn Photoshop. They also learned how to teach through the academy because the way that we break things down is probably not like anyone else would ordinarily break down how to learn Photoshop. So all of that's kind of built into this idea of each one reach one and teach one. So we're honestly building this the entrepreneurs to learn to teach, which is a big concept because most of the time as entrepreneurs we feel like, oh no, I got to keep all this information to myself because I don't want so and so down the street learning what I know and becoming my competition. And we are so opposite of that here. We're inclusive, we're rooting for you, we want to see you win. In fact, like we probably celebrate other people more than we celebrate our own successes here. And I think that's what's important to know, that that's our spirit and that's really our motivation behind doing what we do. It's really about the education and helping give you some tools, not giving you all the answers. We don't give you, all the answers, but we give you the tools to make it work for yourself. And I say this all the time, I would rather teach you the fish than to actually sell you the fish each time. So if you wanted a PNG every single time, I'm sure even Cory, she'll make that PNG every single time you want it.
Goodbye.
But, but it's essentially, we don't want to just make money off you. We want to grow your businesses and your successes. We want to see that. So we're willing to teach you how to do it for yourself so that you really do. You might pay for it, a couple of classes just to understand it. But once you know it, you're able to make your own files and you're never going on Etsy, buying, $5 for every single PNG that you need now. You can literally create your own PNGs.
Definitely a game changer.
What you say, Nikki? You got tired of transfers too? Yeah, I'm telling. But you know what? It's good business. It's business. It's money, right? But you know that person can do it for themselves. You know that that you have it in you to put that little seed in that next person. You can do this for yourself, girl. Let me show you one time.
Right.
Let's see what Julia says. Yes, I love it because I was. Oh, you were taking the courses and couldn't believe that I'm a designer and just couldn't put it together. Yeah, sometimes that's what it is. And I'm a graphic designer and I still have to. I look to you all for inspiration, believe it or not. When y'all tell me that, hey, this is the next hottest thing, or we need something Zodiac, Shannon. Y'all told me you needed Zodiac. You've been telling me for the longest time, Cory, I need to do a chip bag template, right? And I'm like, well, what if I don't do a chip bag template, but I show you how to make a chip bag template? And that's how these ideas come together. It really is, this is co-working. We're building this together. So Julia said she ain't scared of Photoshop. She said scared where? Yes, Julia, I love it. I love it. And Nikki seconds that. I've never have taken Photoshop on without the templates. And I'm happy to hear that because we did a totally different approach to teaching Photoshop. So I'm really happy to hear that it's working out for you all. Awesome. Now y'all just gonna get on here and just make me blush. And Cory reading the comments, you blushing over there too, huh? Yeah, Vicky says I love it here. Innate creativity fostered through Innate Lab. Absolutely. And just to reiterate, and I know I have to do this from time to time, and I know that we probably don't use this word a lot, and I think there's a reason for it. But innate just means something that you are naturally. You just are born with. And our philosophy is that you are all innate creatives. We're all innate creatives. We come from a creator. We are creators. So we just have this energy that needs to be fostered. And a lot of times our jobs don't foster that energy. Heck, sometimes our families don't foster that energy. It takes the energy away, and we don't get a chance to have that creative outlet. And here, our goal is to let that creative outlet help you to earn your living, have your careers, have your family, have your lifestyle that you want, and to make all of this one so that it doesn't feel like you have to cheat on your job to craft, or that you have to, take such a large risk just to be able to do something you want to do. It should be one and the same. You should be able to feel comfortable and confident doing what you love to do and earning. And it should be simultaneous. It shouldn't feel like you have to give one up to do the other. Now it was work though. Don't let me trick out of thinking it's easy. It is work, but it's a different level of intensity of work that you're willing to put in for yourself and your dreams, and the direct connection that you have with God. It comes as a vision, and you're so much more ready to make that happen, make that come to fruition than anything that you might be working on for anybody else. So y'all know we have that energy within us to do it and to get it done. All right, love. So y'all know I'll be staying on here all night, but I told Cory that this was gonna be an hour. So y'all know I get on here and talk for a long, long time, but I'm gonna go ahead and see if we have any more questions for Cory. I want y'all to know that in the description on the YouTube video, it'll be Cory. She has 2 Facebook groups. You can contact her via email if you needed to place an order as well if you don't have Facebook. So her email's there. And then also, what else do I have on there? I can't see it right now. But just make sure that you get in touch with Cory if you need help with one-on-one, because I see a lot more people are asking me for one-on-ones now, and I just don't do them anymore. I just literally don't have the time in the day to do one-on-one sessions. But any of the coaches that I put in front of you, I'm having them go live so that they can, literally show you what they know in real time, just like I do live. And I'm very confident showing them off to you because I really, truly do. I know their hearts and I know their work, and I know both of those align with Innate Lab and Innate Academy. Oh yeah, TikTok. Definitely y'all follow Cory on TikTok as well. And I want you all to start doing more marketing on TikTok. I have found that it is growing our marketing for the Innate Academy and for Innate Lab. So as I learn things, I'm also trying to get you to move and shake with me. Annette says, I found my second home with Innate. Thank you. Thank you, Annette. And this is a family. It really is. We all want to see each other win. All right, my loves. So, Cory, you ready to go ahead and show them how we do our goodbyes? I'll say the preemptive. We appreciate you and we love y'all dearly. And until next time,
Bye.
bye. Love y'all. Peace.
Oh, we love you for real.
We love you for real, for real. Good night, y'all. Thank you, Cory. You did an excellent job. I'm very proud of you. You see my little vein come up when I get real happy. You see it? You did an excellent job, love.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good night, hon.
Nighty night.